Morning. Today I'm going to take you through the process of reskinning a djembe, start to finish, and this is phase one. Basically, you've got to undo all the rope to the point where you've got about a third of it completely dismantled, and then you've got to loosen the rope all the way around just by threading it through and through, loads of patience, so you get it to the point where it's at least an inch above the rim of the top of the rim of the drum, so you can just slide it off like that. Skin, of course, will be attached to this bit. That'll come off, take all the old skin off, and then, depending on the state of the wood, do some work on the rim, which I've done here. Lightly oiled it with boiled linseed oil inside and out, and then you're ready to reskin it. I'm in Hume Community Garden Centre, where they have let me have a little space at the back of the garden centre, and I've made myself a bench press which I'm going to put back together because I've not been here over the winter. So this is the bench press. I've got a, I forget what it is, clam-cleat. It's going to be for pulling the rope. Down there I've got a little bench press which is just got a hinge on the bottom of it, on the bottom of a plank of wood. Really basic, but this sort of thing you want. Drum's going to go behind here, so when you're pulling the rope down, you don't actually need these, but they help if you're a weakling like me. The clam-cleat is for pulling the rope down. I'll show you that quite soon. First thing to establish is where these rings sit. If you get a good drum, which this is, the rings will fit the rim. That looks good to me there. But so I don't get lost, I'm going to mark it. Put a little mark on the drum. I don't want it to show through the skin, so I'm going to put it there and there. The next thing is to do is to find out where the top ring is going to sit. I checked all of this drum, made sure all of rope's good. It's got some frays in it, but it'll be alright. I don't want to re-rope it, it's more expense to the customer. You want the ring tight on the rim because it stops it ringing out. Just there. Next thing to do is get your pre-soaked skin. As you can see, this is all wet. Put it on a plastic bag to keep it safe from dust. Make sure it's top side up, you can usually tell, and you're looking for the spine in the middle. So these are pre-cut. I order these in from, you're going to lay your ring on top of that. I'm going to line it up with the spine with my line there. I soak a skin for about 2 hours. Be on the safe side. Get away with an hour with these skins. If it's got fur on it, at least 2 hours. And then make sure that's equal all the way around. Not much to play with, as you can see. So what we have to do is sew it all together. I use a heavy cotton. I'm going to tie it off there. can use any sort of cotton, but I use a heavy duty one because I don't want it to snap, and I don't want to have to do this twice. We're just going to dress all the ropes, make sure all the rope is coming through and free and not hindered anywhere. It's really important not to move this, make sure it's all lined up properly first. Make sure all the hoops are sticking out. And what we've got to do is we're going to re-rope it so it's still loose, but it's got all the rope in it, all the rope back in it. The reason we want to keep it loose is because if you start pulling anything tight now, it's going to be difficult to thread the rest of the rope through. What I'm going to do at this point is put the wet bag back on top of the skin. I just want to make sure I can take my time now, keep the skin wet. It just helps keep the skin from drying out. So you work from one side and then you work from the other. It kind of helps to keep the rings at the top stable and in place, and you're working this way around or this way. So you're trying to keep a balance of tension on the ropes. So what I'm going to do here is put this knot in it. That's going to be the hoop for grabbing this. Up to meet the hoop. So that's going to be your starting point. So that's where we're going to pull it tight. Dress nicely. The rings are sitting nicely. Looks good at the minute. Everything's lined up. There's the spine, so the line should be there. Yes, it is. Still lined up. So I'm going to dress all this, pull it through a little bit even. While I'm going around here, if I can see the ring sitting a little bit higher or a little bit lower somewhere else and I want to catch it up, I will give one just a little bit of a tug like that, but just the one. Right. Been round about 3 times. I've got as much out of it, as much of the slack out of it as I can with my bare hands. You can see how tight it is trying to pull it through now that all the slack's been taken out of, so it's really important to just work slack for a good couple of times, couple of 3 times. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off really carefully. Right, so I'm done here. Got all the tension out of the drum. The rings pretty much all the way same, all the way down. There's enough of a playing surface there. It'll come down a little bit more when I'm tightening it. I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the twist finish on this, because can't do that on it because there's not enough on it. So we're going to take it to a different area that's in the sunshine and I can work